Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see here on Watchbox Reviews. Email me at tmosso at thewatchbox.com. Today we're talking about a 2016 Baselworld release, one of the earliest models in the Moser Cie Pioneer sports watch line. This is the Pioneer Perpetual Calendar Rose Gold, 42.8 millimeters in diameter. The watch is 14.8 millimeters thick by 50.7 millimeters lug to lug, with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Throw it on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist real quick and you get a sense that this timepiece is graceful, substantial, and yet somehow it is viable as your dress watch, as the timepiece has a wonderfully sloped flank with a big bubble-shaped crystal, so the watch really doesn't wear like 14.8. It wears more like a 14 or a 13 and a half. It slides easily under a cuff. You can see that the shape of the lugs favors a smaller wrist as they are tightly downturned and curved. So while it's a big watch, the combination of the compact fit, the low coupled case, and the rose gold does make it viable as a dress watch, even as its 120 meter water resistance makes it a consummate sports watch. The timepiece is suitable for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters in circumference, as you see it here. And one of the reasons it is such an accomplished sporting model is because it has a lovely vulcanized rubber strap. As you can see, fully vented, the strap uses curved spring bars at its ends, so the case can be drilled relatively close to the case flank. The lugs are drilled close, so you can pull the strap straight down, but due to the curvature of the spring bar, there is no encumbrance. You can pull it right around a small wrist. Of course, when you turn it upside down, you can see that it does vent quite well. It features a simple DLC-coated steel pin buckle with handsome striations on the flank and a Moser Cie customization. You can see those same signature striations in the concave, or I should say hollow, profile lugs of the watch. Moser case profiles are always hollow, but not always in the same fashion. There's the scooped, mirrored concave profile of the Endeavor and the Venturer, and then there is the sort of relieved hollows of the Pioneer with those striations. Here in a DLC black for contrast, they look gorgeous. You have several types of contrast. You have the DLC and the gold, and then you have the polished gold as well as the satin gold for further contrast. Screw down crown, look at the attention to detail as they give you a little kerf on the underside to more easily dig your nail in and access the crown. Now the watch, of course, has that bubble-like crystal, which gives you plenty of clearance, and the timepiece features a matte black dial designed to discourage glare. You'll note that same striation pattern you saw on the case flank is echoed on the chapter ring bearing the individual lume dots. We have faceted applique rose gold indices matching stylized rose gold leaf style hands, and we have a power reserve indicator over at 9 o'clock. The watch is rated for 7 days, but truth is it'll run for almost 9. 7 days is the chronometric power reserve. It is a perpetual calendar. Here's how they do it. There is an oversized date at 3 o'clock. There is a small index at center, that little triangular index, 12 hours, 12 months. The leap year indicator is on the case back. Now, when I want to set this watch, take note. I have both hacking seconds, so I can stop the movement, and I can set the watch precisely to the second. I also have a bi-directional perpetual calendar system. Note that as I set the watch between 2 months, the watch is not only able to handle the irregular length months, but it's able to move in both directions with no hazard to the movement. Very few perpetual calendars can be set thusly. It should also be noted that the watch features a double disc arrangement. As you can see, there's a superimposed disc over the lower disc. You see how the disc bearing the 1 is superimposed over the 30? That allows us to have that oversized date display with its attendant oversized wheels on the underside of the dial. Now you can see there is plenty of lume on the dial side and there's plenty of detail on the case back. Let's get a little bit closer still. This is Moser Caliber 800, manual wind, again 7-day chronometric, 9-day absolute power reserve, many more refinements. 6 position adjustment, 32 joules. It is both free sprung and equipped with a full balance bridge for shock resistance. There is an overcoil hairspring made of Moser's own Straumann alloy, and that allows the watch to keep excellent time in all of the 6 standard timing positions. There is a 14-karat gold escapement that operates unlubricated for lower friction, and the entire platform bearing the escapement and the balance lifts out as a unit for quicker servicing and replacement when the watch goes back to Schaffhausen for work. It should be noted that very few watches are made each year at Moser, the other integrated manufacturer of Schaffhausen, which builds around 1,500 pieces per year. Again, all of this is 120 meters water resistant with the bidirectional quickset for the calendar and the stop seconds function. It beats away at 18,000 vibrations per hour, and you can see it's handsomely executed with double crested Côte de Genève across its bridges, unique to the brand. You'll also note that both of the mainspring barrels are actually set in golden chaton bearing their pivot jewels. Those chaton and jewels are fixed in place with triple black polished screws, which is a nod to the pocket watch era of Moser production in the 19th century. This is a timepiece that puts it all together: exclusivity, technical sophistication, durability, and versatility. I should also mention Moser makes all of its own small parts, from the escapement to the balance to the hairspring itself. This is a watch that is made entirely in Switzerland and almost entirely by Moser proper. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. And we're back with the Moser Pioneer Perpetual Calendar by Night. Plenty of lume.